something for Frank in the back. He always has something that's very interesting to listen to, and he prepares a lot for his speeches. I think you're in for a treat. Russ Barnes is a student of all things having to do with being an entrepreneur and hopes to one day qualify as a self-ordained business genius. As an athlete and a coach, he has learned years ago that the first step toward achieving mastery is focusing on the fundamentals. Russ is passionate about organizational fundamentals of business growth and will be speaking to audiences far and wide on this topic. Tonight he will offer a snippet of a much longer presentation titled Scale, Sail, or Fail, the role of an organization design in fulfilling your dream of business success. This will be his 5th speech from the Competent Communicator Manual. Your body speaks, limited to 5 to 7 minutes, but I think it's extended to 5 to 7 minutes. Russ will deliver the opening, an abbreviated body, and the conclusion of his soon-to-be award-winning presentation. Please welcome Russ Barnes in Scale, Sail, or Fail.
How many of you have been business owners, small business owners? Quite a few things. How many of you know someone who's been a small business owner? More hands. I want you to recall how you felt when you were having a conversation with a small business owner, or how you felt as a small business owner. Was it positive? Was it joyous? Was it enthusiastic? Or did you hear all the horror stories about being in business? Difficult employees, not enough money, long hours. This is what most business owners hear. This is what most business owners experience. And I have to tell you, it's not necessary. If business owners are a little bit more familiar with using an organized approach, then they would be less anxious, they would be less fearful, and they would certainly have the ability to take control over the situations and circumstances that allow them to achieve and fulfill their dreams of business success. So there are 3 ways for a business owner to get out of business. The first way a business owner leaves business is to scale. In scale, you take the approach of establishing your company as a legacy. You want it to last. You're looking at a 100-year time frame where this business passes from generation to generation to generation. You think of companies like IBM, think of companies like DuPont or Ford. These businesses have been in existence for hundreds of years. In sale, you want to take a period of about 4 to 7 years. You want to build a company that you can sell, preferably for millions of dollars. In this situation, you're looking to create a different type of lifestyle. You may be an entrepreneurial type of person, and you enjoy starting up companies, but you don't enjoy the process of continuing to build those companies. So you build it, you take 4 to 7 years, you sell it, and then you start another company. And the third way you can get out of business is to fail. Now, this is not anyone's choice. No one wants to fail. No one goes into business to fail. But if you don't pursue strategy number 1 or strategy number 2, then it's the inevitable outcome that you will end up following a model for liquidation. Now, as you select your choice of strategy, there are additional things that you need to consider. The choice of strategy actually helps you determine how to allocate your resources. So if you choose the scale strategy, the first thing you need to know is it's going to be a slow growth strategy. You're going to take your time. As we talked about a 100-year period, you're going to put things in place so that you can grow the company. one of the things that will cause you to slow down your process is your business will be funded through revenues generated from sales. And that really takes a while to build up those sales. So you really proceed at a much slower pace. With the scale strategy as well, you're looking at acquisitions, you're buying other companies, you're building, you're growing, you're developing. So the scale strategy takes quite a bit of time. You're revenue funded, you're not looking for loans, you don't want to get into debt, you build your team slowly, you create an infrastructure, your focus is on processes, and it all begins to come together over the long run. And so these are some of the things that you need to consider when you're pursuing a scale strategy. The sales strategy, on the other hand, requires you to build very quickly. You're doing research and development rapidly. You're finding the smartest people you know from wherever you can find them to bring them into your company so they can bring the collective brain power together, solve problems, grow quickly, and ultimately put your company in a position where somebody is interested in buying that company. With the sales strategy, you are funding the business through investments. So you become very good at the pitch. In order to sustain a sales strategy, you need copious amounts of money. You have to keep feeding the money, feeding the money, feeding the money into the company so that you can sustain and maintain that growth. And in order to do that, you have to have investors who are willing to put in quite a bit of money. So you need to convince them that what you're doing is going to give them a return on their investment. As I mentioned earlier, we don't need to talk too much about the fail strategy. Once you've selected your strategy, you know what your intentions are, you know what the end is that you're trying to achieve. The next step, most important step, is a progression. Every business goes through a progression. A progression that starts with product development, continues through platform development, business development, market development, and finally organization development. This is an aspect of the presentation that I can't go into great detail about here, but it really works no matter what type of a business that you're trying to build, whether it's a business for sale, a business for scale. Whether you're already a large corporate company, you can still expect to go through this progression. And the progression enables you to know where you are at any point in time. I've seen business owners who will be working in the organization development phase when they have not yet created a marketable product that people are willing to buy. So as you look at that progression, you can see where you are, and you can make the choice to either reset yourself or continue on because there's some other strategy in there that you've decided would work if you continue on the path that you're on. Wrapping up, I'd like to leave you with 3 key things. As you approach your business from an organizational approach, from a structured approach, you want to make sure that you set your intention. Where do you want to end up? Develop your exit strategy. Know which path that you're taking. You want to make sure that you're functioning and operating within a framework. Product development, platform development, all the way up through organization development. And you want to make sure that you follow the progression. By taking care of these aspects, you can give yourself much peace of mind, you can progress effectively, and you can achieve your goals of business success. So,